Thanks to everyone who have subscribed. If you have not, please do. And thanks for coming out here. I really appreciate you. Oshiomhole's sack, an APC battle for survival. Since the Abuja High Court delivered a judgment restraining Comrade Adams Oshiomhole from parading himself as the national chairman of the All Progressive Congress, APC, the national secretariat of the party in Abuja has become the new theater of show, with the leadership tissue aggravated and gradually winding up anti-Oshiomhole's camp swollen. But the much-needed split seemed to have come the way of the ruling party, with the overtaking of the APC leadership by the acting national secretary, Victor Gadon, who has, on February 6 March 2019, issued a statement on behalf of the party National Working Committee, NWC, calling for a National Executive Committee meeting to resolve the crisis in the party. The NEC meeting, scheduled to hold on Tuesday, March the 17th, 2019, is expected to produce a caretaker committee for the party, as well as a bridge that befriends the creation by the sacked chairman, which cuts across the APC governors states chairman, the NWC and Oshiomhole South-South zone. Gadom emergence of this meeting, which is reportedly backed by the presidency, was confirmed after armed-to-teeth security operative who had led a siege on the secretariat unsealed the premises, thereby granting access to Gadom, who is the highest-ranking officer, to effectively take control of the affairs of the party. According to all an observer, the operatives has a list containing names of party officials, staffs, and journalists to be granted access into the secretariat. Gadom, who is acting as the national secretary, was number one, and officers, staffs accorded, and also journalists were given new directives, identity card, and access tag. However, the party NWC on Tuesday met behind closed doors ahead of the March 17 NEC meeting to be attended by President Muhammadu Buhari, but the suspended chairman was consequently absent. A source also close to the presidency revealed that President Buhari authorized the March 17 meeting on the strength of a written request by Godom asking the president for a date for NEC meeting to resolve outstanding issues plaguing the party. The party secretary wrote a letter requesting the president to give a date for a meeting of the National Electoral Committee, and it's to be held on the 17th of March, subsequently given. In the circumstances the president has authorized the meeting, it would appear he will appear and will be there personally and live. Therefore, that those opposing the meeting are challenging the authority of the president, and that matters would have to be dealt with after further consequences with relevant stakeholders, the source said. Following the suspension of Oshiomhole by the court, President Muhammadu Buhari was prepared to meet with the former governor on Thursday, March the 5th, 2020, to double tensed tension even as the national vice chairman, Northeast, Mustapha Sahu, dismissed a proposed judgment obtained from the Federal High Court sitting in Kano, proposing to set aside the earlier injunction because it came from the Court of Coordinate Jurisdiction. The judgment from the Federal High Court took a long time coming, setting off a chair of events that were targeted months ago with the suspension of the former chairman Adams Oshiomhole from his party, Ward 10 in Echusa, West Local Government Area of Edo State. The party executive and leaders accused Oshiomhole of anti-party activities and undermining the state party leader with his support of the Edo State People's Movement (EPM). A bound of people were later excommunicated from the party. After the action by the world executive and leader, the resolution was transmitted to the local government area and state level of the party for ratification, which were duly ratified. However, Comrades Oshiomhole disregarded the import of these actions and instead resuscitated to purposefully spending and dishonoring the governor, his deputy, and the state chairman of the APC in the state. As a response, and afterwards went to sleep on the matter. He did not know that you don't let a barking dog continue to bark. It will pick up suspicion and somebody will look. Let's go to the news. The ghost of that decision came to haunt the embittered national chairman on Wednesday, March the 4th, 2020, when Honorable Justice Sonchi Z. Danlima gave an order of interrogatory injunction restricting Adams Oshiomhole from parading himself as national chairman of APC pending the hearing and determination of the subsequent suit. According to the Edo State Commissioner for Information and Orientation, Mr. Paul Ohiabomo, Justice Sanshi ordered had just validated that the World Local Council and the state chapter of the party did not suspend Oshiomhole's membership, stressing that there was no basis for the suspension Oshiomhole membership, and so he should resume as the national chairman of the APC. With foundation members has said that he was no longer a member of the party. A lawyer said that what had happened now through the court order is an affirmation of the people's will, adding, a man cannot travel the devil's expressway and expect to arrive at God's destination. What has happened to Oshiomhole now shows that there is always a correlation between action and reaction. When a man feels he could be arrogant to himself, a party problem, and solutions, looking down on others, that is exactly what you will get as well. What has happened by that action is a clear manifestation of a spiritual conclusion. It should be clear to Oshiomhole now that brave doe cannot take him anywhere. All the important grandstanding of his has to come to nothing. Oshiomhole. The commissioner said it is clear now that the proper right of first refusal would be given to Godwin Obaseki, now that Oshiomhole, who has constituted himself as a major obstacle, has been asked to step down. And it will be a very good turn for the state because Edo has been operating at a level that everybody has been at peace with the governor. The governor has touched all systems of the people's existence in the state. In 3 years, he has surpassed what others have done in 8 years. After the meeting with Buhari, Oshiomhole expressed happiness that another federal high court had vacated the order of the federal high court in Abuja, which he said no longer has jurisdiction on the matter, where federal instructions like the DSS were also joined, and told that the decision to delay hearing of the case of April was to enable his opponents destabilize the party. But in reaction to the Kano Federal High Court order by Justice Louis proposing to set aside the earlier judgment by the Federal High Court in Abuja, the National Vice Chairman, Northeast, and the party would not abide by that judgment. Speaking with newsmen, Mustafa instructed that the earlier Court of Justice Sanshi could only be vacated by a court of appeal and not by the Kano High Court. So therefore, APC as a party remain binding to the fact that Oshiomhole is suspended and will remain suspended until the court's issue is resolved. Well, people, this is the news reaching us at the hour. Oshiomhole remains sacked, and the person of Godom has been given the opportunity to assume office until Oshiomhole's issue is resolved out of office. We'll keep you updated with all that is going on. We want to say a big thank you to all of you out there. Please don't forget to like, to share, to subscribe. Click on the notification button so you can get all our latest news. Thanks for listening and leave a comment. Bye.